Seven of Wands, the Sun, Knave of Cups. It feels like you were putting up a good fight. You were fighting the good fight here, and it feels like you were doing it while looking good. You were fighting hard for what you want and what you believe in, and you are looking good while doing it. You almost make it look easy. Situations or circumstances that you've been involved, that you've had to maybe stick up for yourself or to fight for yourself. To others, you kind of just like make it look easy. You make it look good. You make people want to have this for themselves. And it feels like with the Knave of Cups, you also, for somebody that can fight their side and can stand up for themselves, you also realize that there needs to be empathy there. You are somebody that has a lot of emotions within them. It feels like you are somebody that feels things deeply, more deeply than other people around you. It feels like when you go deep, you go very deep. And it feels like you really are not afraid to show your emotions. You really are not afraid to show kind of like this vulnerable side of you, because it feels like whenever you tap into your emotions and whenever you tap into this vulnerable side of you, this is when the best thinking comes out for you. This is when like your creative side comes out and you start to imagine all the possibilities that could be. Yeah. Ten of Swords, Nine of Cups. You are at the end of your fight. You are at the end of having to constantly fight your battle alone. And you're at the end. It feels like you're kind of standing in that, and you're kind of standing in that fulfillment of knowing like, yeah, I know who I am, and at the end of the day, I can, rest easy. I can lay my head on my pillow. And with the Ten of Swords, it's like, this is finally the end. This is finally the end of this maybe cycle that you've been in. Yeah. Yeah, because there's been some betrayal on your end of things. There's been some pretty hard and very brutal endings, and it feels like your team is saying, this is the end. This is the end. And these people, or maybe these energies that did betray you or did hurt you in some way, it feels like they kind of just wanted to take your good energy. They just wanted to be around you to be able to kind of, they wanted to benefit from just being in your energy. They wanted to benefit from the things that you benefit from, because they knew that whenever they were with you, that things just worked. Things just happened for you. It feels like maybe you made people want to betray you and hurt you because they wanted to take this sense of fulfillment away from you. They wanted to take this sense of strength and knowing who you are from you. They wanted you to forget who you are. They wanted you to not see your worth and not kind of like ask your worth. With the Nine of Wands, like, it feels like you may have had a lot of anxious energy in and out of your space. It feels like maybe you've had a lot of like kind of like long nights where you've had to fight off these energies. Very long, anxious nights where you've had to fight off these energies. But your team protects you, always. Your team protects you always. And they will protect you on this journey, always. Until you can find your community, find your person, cultivate with them. Your team will always have your back, and as long as you keep up that endurance, like as long as you keep moving, they will keep protecting. They will keep defending in the spiritual realm. Wheel of Fortune. And there's something that is fated to work out for you. There's something that is fated for you. It feels like there's something that is yours by divine right and needs to be given to you almost. It feels like this is something that you deserve, and this is something that the divine is saying will not pass you. This will not pass you. Knight of Coins reversed. Maybe you felt like very kind of like apathetic about this whole situation. It feels like maybe you just feel like you're at a standstill and it doesn't bring you happiness. It kind of like this tone of like laziness comes over you almost, where it's like kind of like, well, what's the point? You've really been in this period of delay. You've really been in this energy of like apathy, where you kind of have like given up hope almost. Like it's like you've kind of like given up and lost the motivation within you because of how long this was taking. Balance is coming to your life. Balance, it feels like financial balance is coming to your life. There will be an opportunity for you to be able to balance yourself financially, it feels like, and to be able to kind of like create stability for yourself in the material world, in the 3D. You need to let go of like the feeling of loss, the feeling of the things that you've lost. Stop thinking about what you've lost and focus on what you can have. Focus on what is coming. And it's almost like just like there's this fear, there's this underlying fear, there's this resistance that you refuse to like kind of let go of. It feels like maybe an avoidance of like ending something, an avoidance of closing a chapter. Because you are so focused on how much it hurt or how much maybe you've lost from a situation. But yeah, it's your team is saying like you need to let go of these low vibrational energies. You need to let go of this fear, and you need to let go of this feeling of like loss, like you've lost everything, because that is what's keeping you stuck. That is what's keeping you in this stagnation, this stagnated energy that you feel like you can't break out of. Ace of Cups. This is the new beginning for you, and you're being called to kind of jump in with your whole heart. You're being called to kind of like create this beautiful experience for yourself and create this beautiful beginning for yourself, because you have the ability to do it. You have the power to do it. If this message resonates with you, or if you want to dive deeper, link is in my bio.